Well, welcome in everybody. Welcome in. It's Catch from Rockefeller Racing. So, we have the championship finale tonight at SFR GT Challenge. Um, I'm going to start off with some good news and get that out of the way fast. Some really good news is that we got sponsored by Coach Dave Academy and the Sfrgt. So we're going to have some special offers for our drivers, and it's going to be both on console and PC. So our next series that we do, that'll be involved for the drivers. They can get one-on-one coaching sessions, they get discounts, and all that good stuff. Okay, so you might notice that my car is pink right now. So we have the pink, the black, and the green. Um, there's a reason behind that. One of the reasons is that at Rockefeller Racing we support chronic pain, anxiety, and depression, and of course cancer. And somebody very close to me, was like a grandfather to me. My next door neighbor had acute leukemia, and unfortunately, he lost that battle on Wednesday morning. And we had the viewing today. Um, his name is Bob Adebato. We call him Mr. A, Bob A. Just a great man. One of the best men I ever met in my life. Influenced so many people. He was actually a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox back in his day, and he did so much work with his grandkids, his own son. They were all really great baseball players. They still are. They have a batting cage in the yard with a pitching machine. Bob actually trained a lot of kids that are up in the majors right now. But more importantly than all that, it's just the type of person that he was. He was just such a special person. So giving. There's just words that just can't express it. So, um, I'm driving with a heavy heart tonight and trying to, race for him. And actually, the guys that we race with, a few of my close friends had heard the news and they decided that they wanted to use the pink liveries as well, just to represent for me and Bob and his family and friends and everybody out there who suffers from cancer. It's affected my family. I'm sure you out there have known somebody that's been affected by it. It's a terrible thing, and hopefully one day they find a cure for it. But yeah, so everybody is, for the majority, I think, going to use the pink, which is really cool. It's a really cool gesture. So I'll be racing with a heavy heart tonight, and from now on, it's going to be a heavy heart. So everybody out there that knew Bob, Mr. A, rest in peace, and we will be at the church tomorrow morning. And we know he's in a better place. So, yeah, I'm a little stumbled here for words, but now that you know some of the story from why and how it's been happening this whole week, one of the truly great ones is gone, and somebody very important in my life is gone. But with that being said, it's so much to learn from him. So if we could all just be like 50% of the person that Mr. A was, we'd all be doing something right with our lives. So I wanted to get that off my chest and let you all out there know exactly that situation and the how, the when, the why. So that's what's going on. So this championship race now, if we get out of here and we go into our server here, there's a free practice that's set up right now for 30 minutes. And we're gonna get in here, and you should see some of the other cars that look all nice and decorated in pink. Now, also our good buddy from JSM, Snake and Garcia, they are actually broadcasting this race on live stream on Snake's channel on YouTube, and I believe it's lowercase Snake. The whole word is lowercase dash 00. So, yeah, that's where we're at here. I'll just mute that, and you can see our buddy JR pull out there in their Mercedes. There's a lot of cars on the grid that are all in the pink, which is, like I said, which is really, really cool. Now, if you look at the way top, you'll see Sfrgt GT, sponsored by Coach Dave Academy, championship finale, round 6. Now, we actually had this race. This was actually round 2 of our race. And since we had to push it back because we were having server problems where people got disconnected, we had to force it to the end. So now it's at the end. So this is now the finale. Now, what's special about this race, besides all of us, like I said, racing for a heavy heart, for Bob, and all of our loved ones out there who suffered from cancer, you know, somebody, like I said, in your life, or family, friends, animals, I'm sure they all have, everybody knows somebody who suffered from it. So what's really special about this race is it's kind of twofold, because we did run this race, like I said, a while ago. Thanks, One Wing. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it, man. So we had this race. It was round 2. We were actually in 4th place. Autista was in 3rd, who's not here tonight, unfortunately. Hopefully a few more people join. But what happened was, I was chasing down Autista, and Albie, SOP Albie up there, and DNA DC were in 1st and 2nd place, but they didn't pit yet. So we had a chance to possibly beat them. But the real special thing about this race is strategy, because this is a mandatory 2-stop race for fuel only. So you have to pit for fuel twice. Now, you could pit you could do 1 liter if you want. The minimum is 1 liter of fuel you have to put in, which is like literally a second of a pit stop. But you still have to come down pit lane at the pit speed, and you know, you still have to go through the whole pit process. So you're losing, you know, everybody's losing that equal time. But pit stops are crucial because you have to hit your marks the right way, so they get your car up on the jacks and they get you down quick. So some people might elect to say, you know what, I'm going to go out with a full tank of fuel, and I'm only going to do 2 stops at one point for 1 liter each. That's a possibility. What we're going to do is we're going to go out with, if I show you the setup here, and by the way, you can see how many setups I have here. This one right here was kind of my own setup I had from last time, where we had really good pace, but I actually just found another setup right here, which was more of the aggressive, which is why it says SFR R60 minute, as opposed to just this. I could tell the label by the aggressive part, and the aggressive part means that it just has some more toe, some more camber, a little less wing, which I could debate on, and I still, you know, messed around with it myself. But here's what we have going on here. Oh, did you, One Wing? Okay, yeah. Hungary is tough. Hey, Vic, I thought you were racing, man. I thought you were going to give it a shot in the Audi. Well, either way, glad to have you aboard here. So here's what we're going to do, guys. So, like I was just telling everybody, it's a mandatory 2-stop fuel race. So you're allowed to take tires if you want, but you got to keep in mind, tires take 30 seconds when you hit the pits. So no matter how much fuel you put in, you're in there for 30 seconds. Oh, you are? Okay, great. Awesome, Vic. So for example, if we were going to stop so we're going to go out with 50 liters, and then our pit stop in here is going to be 40 liters, okay? Now, if we were going to, the 40 liters takes about 11 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see it yet. I was just kind of going through the intro. But our pit stop here is 40 liters, so that takes about 11 seconds if you don't have any damage, okay? So 11 seconds, if you tack another 20 seconds on that for tires, that's a big loss of time on track. You know, you're probably not going to make that up. So unless you get caught with a situation where you spin the car out, and even then you're going to probably want to not take tires, but if you get a flat spot or something where you could see on the right, on all 4 boxes to the right that are grayed out where it says 3, that's the level of tire wear that you have, that you start out with is 3 millimeters, and then it drops down as the tire wears. But you can see under that where it says green, blister, flat spot. So they all have none right now. So if you run properly, and even though you're aggressive on turning and whatnot, if you don't get, you might get some graining, but you won't really get a blister, or you won't get a flat spot. That track last time at Donington was famous for flat spots and blisters and slow punctures, actually. So getting back on track here, our main plan is to go out with 50 liters of fuel, which should give us about 18 laps, give or take, and then we're going to come in at some point, which this is where the strategy comes in. When do you come in? Do you come in when you're, you know, depending on where you qualify, how the race is looking so far, what other cars are going to be on track? So it's really a strategic move. So then we're going to come in and get 40 liters at some point. Let's hope we have no damage and we can just pit and get our fuel and get on out. That takes care of one pit stop, but we still have another pit stop remaining. Now, the last pit stop is going to be 15 liters, but I'm going to take this towards the end of the race, I would think, unless track position dictates otherwise. I know I'm kind of blowing your minds here, and you're just like, just get out there and drive, dude. I will, but I don't know if I'll need this full 15 liters. I might come up with a little bit too much fuel. So while I'm out on track, I could actually tell, I could tell it to give me less fuel for the last pit stop. So that's what we're going to be working with, and pit stop 3 is just nothing. So that's what we're going to be working with when we do eventually get out on track for the race. Now, I also said that I did something a little different, where I actually went with a more aggressive setup, and I kind of like it. I do kind of like it. It feels pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I'm just showing you here some tweaks that I made in case anybody wants to use this setup. Now, the one thing I was debating on is the rear wing. How that works is the more rear wing that you have, that you run, the more downforce you have, so that's going to allow your car to go into turns better, and it's going to give you less top speed. This track really only has one main first home straight here that's top speed is important on, but the rest isn't. So it actually comes on 10, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable with 11. So let's get out there and let's just do a few laps. I mean, Albie's already in the 141.7. I mean, we hit a 42.1, so Albie's going to be really quick in the Ferrari. And the championship, guys, is between JR. Best of luck to you as well, man. Actually, I was just getting to mention you. The championship is going to be between JR, Albie, and Fafito, actually, who could win it. But the favorites are really JR and Albie. We'll have those standings out. JR is currently 10 points ahead of Albie. And there's an outside chance that me and Marco, our other teammate, could finish in third. If Fafito, Albie, and JR, knock on wood, don't have a bad race. But it is possible. So there's still a lot up in the air. And we have to go over points, which the next time that we stream, they'll be on our Facebook page. I'll post them. But the next time that we stream, I will let you guys know what the actual end results are. Now, if somebody in the chat can tell me how the car sounds and my voice, because I did lower it down. Look at everybody in the pink. I mean, it's really cool that they're all doing this. Like, they're all doing this for Mr. A, and they're all actually doing it for, you know, everybody out there with that, like I said, suffers from cancer. So it's really cool. So guys, my goal is to have the car, last time the engine was probably a little bit too loud, so we should sound pretty good. Now I'm hoping that that's the case. Yeah, JR's kind of struggling in the Merc a little bit. The Merc is not really. I mean, listen, it's a great car, but there's obviously tracks that favor each car. You know, with the BOP system, they're all kind of equal. I mean, you know, but like for example, the Honda NSX is really good at this track. It's only good at like 3 or 4 tracks. Mr. A is like a grandfather to me, one wing. He's my next door neighbor. He was 87 years old.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Let me get out of his way here. He had acute leukemia back in February, and unfortunately he passed away on Wednesday morning. So our condolences to him, his family, all his friends, and it's really a, you know, he's known my family, and my family has known their family. That's why we basically consider ourselves family since the early 60s, when my grandmother first bought this house, and they, you know, my grandfather and her and Bob and his wife, and you know, I'm the next generation down from their kids, but still we're all family, and the guy was just a saint, you know, so it's very hard, but like I said, if we can inspire to be 50% of the type of man that Bob was, Mr. A, then we're all doing something right. Because I've never met a better human being in my life. So this race is for him and everybody that has suffered from cancer. We have the pink. Everybody that has suffered from it out there, it's for you as well. You know, we all know family and friends that have had it, and it's just a terrible thing. So hopefully they find a cure for it. We donated to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which was Bob's request, and it's something that we're very familiar with at Rockefeller Racing, because we have done that as well. For our charity events that we did, we raised over $1,000 that actually Vic, Magic Man, got the idea for, and you know, so it's very near and dear to our hearts, St. Jude's, and just the whole cancer supporter, fighter in general. But yeah, so thank you for asking, One Wing, so at least you know a little bit about why, and I was mentioning it. I appreciate all the condolences from everybody, but let's see if we could, you know, dare I say, win the race or get a podium for Mr. A. We're going to do everything we can, that's for sure. We're going to do everything we can, and I'm, you know, what does Tom Brady, well, not Tom Brady, but Bruce Arians say? It's a little cheesy, but no risk it, no biscuit in the NFL. So we are going with the aggressive setup. Like I said, it's not really that much different from our setup, but it's different enough. So and Kyalami is a really really cool track, guys. What up, cuz? Thanks for joining, man. Thanks, JR. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it from everybody, man. Really, I do. And like I said, it's not. It's for everybody out there that, you know, has suffered from this. So, but let's try and focus our attention on the race now and see what we're going to be able to do, guys. I'm going to just stick with the aggressive tune that I have. And, you know, when we were just in practice here, we did the low 42, like the 42-1. We're missing, you know, we're missing some people, unfortunately, for the last race, but, yeah. Like I said, Snake and Garcia are broadcasting, live streaming it. At least they should be. But a couple people couldn't make it, you know. Some of them might have just said, you know, hey, I'm out of the championship. I can't, you know. I personally don't like that. I have issues with that, but that's a whole nother thing. I'm the type of person where, like, if you make a commitment and say you're going to do something, you got to do it. I mean, but, you know, these are free entry spots. Nobody paid to have their race. It's all for free. And,
session is now over.
You know, maybe our next series we're going to have more or less,
Green light. Give it all you can.
some, we're going to have some, CDA giveaways, because, like, if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, we're now sponsored by Coach Dave Academy and the Sfrgt, so that's really really great. Yeah, we love you too, JR, man. You're awesome, man. Awesome, and I can't thank you enough for racing. You're a real talented driver, great person. So many more from JR to come. Bugs, our cousin, knew Bob, and yep, RIP Bob. They really don't make them like that anymore. And yep, one wing's right. So let's focus on the race here, and let's see what we could get going, guys. Let's see what we can get going here. So we're going out with 21 liters. So as we start to get going a little bit, now the track is the track is on fast right now, which really isn't that good. We might have to come back in the pits and when it turns to optimum, so we could really lay down a good lap. But it's at 31 degrees if you see there, but it's going to start off at 30 when the race starts, and then it's going to drop to like 29. And then eventually it will drop to, I believe, 27. So something you really have to do is keep in mind on your tire pressures too. Because, you know, it's so realistic that, like, as you're running over these curves, right? Like, you're hitting those curves right there. I mean, you don't want to hit those big curves, obviously. And there's one major curve like this right here. You hear the rumble strips. Every time you run them over, you know, it does take a little bit of pressure out of your tires, and then you're going to wind up coming back up to pressure, you know, once the road flattens back out and you get on a better surface. See, I'm trying not to slide too much. I don't want sliding, but now see, this apex to the S's right here, the Ferrari does not like running over that inside curb, but other cars like the Bentley, the Mercedes, they could run it over. But this kind of curb, we could run that over. Now, this is so beautiful at certain times of the day where you can see the whole city in the back, the whole country mountainside in the background there. But this turn is called Crocodile here, okay? So it's like a sweeping kind of a right-hander, but this upcoming right-hand turn called Cheetah is very dangerous. That banana curve on the inside there, if you hit that, which is, you know, very easy to do over a course of an hour of racing, you know, you lose a little focus, but if you hit that, it's pretty much game over. So let's give this the high beams because we're coming out of the, on a hot lap here. Thank you, sir. He waited. A little too deep in the braking zone, but that's okay. We got a few more laps to get something going here. Track is still definitely fast because we could feel our sliding. So we want to be up to, now it just turned off, then okay. We want to be up to 27.7-ish. And again, they might run a little high for qualifying, and that's okay. See, the Ferrari could get a little sketchy on that curve. I feel like I could brake so much later into that, but that's a hard turn because you're coming up blinded. Alright, we gotta try and lay down a good lap, this lap here, coming up now.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Alright, we've got a lot more in us, guys. I think we could have had another 2 or 3 tenths there, guys.
Well done, mate. This is
Yeah.
personal best.
Yeah, guys, we got another 5/10 in us overall. I don't know if I should go get a new set of tires and come back out.
So far. Yellow flag, be careful. There's a slow car up ahead.
I think I probably should have. Go get a new set of tires. Ah. Dang it.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Alright, 6.5 liters gives us 2 laps. Wow, we definitely have more pace than this here. Alright, let's try. We gotta get out there quick because we need at least 2 laps to warm the tires up. What do we have? 3 laps. Oh, it's gonna be close, man. It's gonna be close. We give it what we can, guys. We give it what we can. %, we could hit 41.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
There's our buddy Fafito ahead of us. Ferrari brethren. Oh, somebody just bumped us down again. Let's go, boys. Alright, so I think we're gonna get this lap and another lap. No, don't do that, don't do that. Come on, man. jeez. Who is that? Joe, my teammate. Man, Joe. You gotta yield to the cars coming down the straight, bro. That just killed us. We're gonna have to wait till this last lap. Because we certainly are not gonna get it here, I doubt. Alright, let's go. This is it, boys. Wasn't a great T1 entry. I'm pushing it. I don't care if I spin. Oh, we got knocked down to 7th. Wow.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh. There it all went.
Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Ah, man, we really could have hit. We really could have hit 41s, like 41-7 maybe.
Session is now over.
Alright, so we're gonna have to make it up, man. We're gonna have to make it up, guys. We could do it. Alright, we're gonna have to make it up. Let me see what these guys got here. Albie, 41-3. That's a really quick lap, man. Look at all of us within a second of each other. Mer, 4.453. I mean, we're all right there, guys. I should have ran a 41-7, probably 41-7, I would say. Just didn't get it in. Just didn't get it in. Gel speed, not far behind us. Jar Jar is really fast, but he's the McLaren definitely struggles a little bit here. So yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna be in a fight, and we're gonna be with strategy. So that's what it's gonna come down to. Truthfully, even if we had qualified first position, it's gonna come down to strategy. So I'm thinking, guys, that in the setup here, that if I do go for the aggressive, which I believe I'm gonna do, there's a few things I was debating. Should I run pads 2, even though front brakes 2, basically, which anything for a 60-minute race and under is usually pads 1. But I was thinking, do I want to use pads 2 just because we're gonna be heavy on the brakes? But I think more so than that, I'm debating on running the rear wing at 12, just to give me a little bit more. So again, I'll lose top end speed, but I'll have more of cornering ability, which, as you can see, the nature of this track, it tends to like that. So I mean, it's also a very tough track to overtake unless you're overtaking somebody on the straights, which the caliber of drivers that we have right now, we're really not going to be taking somebody off the straights, overtaking them, I mean, unless it's actually, like a really good exit. So I'm thinking about running 12 here. I was, and believe it or not, in my other setup, I had the rear down at 58. So I might roll the dice, guys, and go with that. Okay, I hate when it does that. So, because I had tire set 10 on. Okay. So this is alright. What are we saying? Yeah, I know, one wing. I will drive it like I stole it, bro. But in the beginning, we gotta take it a little easy off the bat, because, man, I know the car handles okay with the ride height down to 59. I'm trying to think here. I'll be right back, though, guys. We'll go on the formation lap.
Seconds. Going single file.
Okay, I'm back. So we're ready to get going here. We have our teammate Marco in front of us, our buddy Fafito, and actually Gel Speed is behind us. So that could pose a little bit of an issue, because the Porsche does have really good acceleration off the bat, but we want to make sure that we don't do anything crazy into this T1 situation. So what I'm thinking, guys, is, so like, again, it all comes down to strategy, right? Like, we're going to need to heat up these tires too. We're gonna be, we should be with this pack for a decent amount of time. I really hope Gel doesn't try anything super aggressive off the start. Marco put in a good qualifying. The cars to have here, I would say, is definitely the Audi. The Audi is the best car. Maybe the Honda. But nobody in the series is driving the Honda, so it's Audi, Bentley, then Ferrari, and the Porsche is actually pretty good too, and then the Merc. So JR is up against it, but it's all about the strategy. What was that, Bugs, about gel speed? Not sending it on us? I really hope he doesn't, man. Because that could really pose a problem. I hope we get the inside line, too. We're going to start lining up in double file here. Now, Albie is a beast, so, you know, but DNA DC really does have pace here. Sorry, Fafito. Yeah, I know, Joe.
Going double file.
Alright, so we're gonna have the inside, which is kind of good. Coming down the straight. Look at all the pink cars on the grid, it's awesome. So thank you to all the drivers out there. Really appreciate it. So this is going to be 60 minutes of an intense battle, guys, because we are not going to have time to even touch the vapor. This is going off, as we all know. So 17 laps before we come in, but again, it might be before that. Alright, so like I know here, we really need to stay up on Marco's rear right now.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the left, 3 wide.
Sorry, Joe.
All clear.
Dude,
Clear on the left. Got some light damage in the front.
Come on, man.
Slow car ahead.
No. This is a red. I gotta call a red here. Exactly. Let me tell Discord. Well, you know what? I don't even have to tell them, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut the server down. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So bear with me, guys. Hang on. Okay, we're back. So what I had to do was I had to red flag that situation, shut the server down, and restart it right now with a 5 minute practice and another qualifying. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do because there was a multi-car pile up, and we're not having that on the last race. Now, what's really cool on PC is I could have just typed into the keyboard restart, and boom, it would have just restarted the server at whatever you want. But that was just ridiculous off the start.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So it's a 5 minute practice. Let everybody jump in. I obviously dropped that from the 30 minutes that it was. So let everybody rejoin, and everybody's got to everybody has to requalify. So it is what it is. It just is what it is because we're not going out like that, everybody. So, you know, yeah, that's not happening. Now I don't know who that was. I don't know if it was. It wasn't just me. There was a few different cars that were there. We got I don't know if Fafito was involved in front of us, and then somebody came up on the outside and hit us when we were three wide, spun us out. We spun Marco out. So yeah, that was not good. That was not good for anybody. So Vic, rejoin. Here you go. Nope, that's Jr. So yeah, Vic, just rejoin. Everybody's gonna go through qualifying again. Yeah, I saw that, Bugs. I don't know who that was. It was a Porsche of some sort. Um, I don't know if it was Gel, or I don't know if it was I'm not sure if it was Gel or if it was Tucho. I don't think it was Tucho though. I think it was too far behind. So yeah, sorry about that, everybody, but it is what it is. We're not going to end the championship like that. Good, good. I'm glad. Okay, I see you, Magic. We're not going to end the championship like that, where it's a massive car pile up before anybody even gets one lap underneath them. So that's that. So we'll all be back out for qualifying. Oh, it was Gel? You know what, man? Gel. Gel, 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 gel. I said it in the formation lap. I'm like, I hope Gel doesn't do anything crazy off the bat, but yeah, Gel, then it was Gel that pitted me, and But I listen, guys, I didn't do that just because I got into an accident, because there was multiple cars. It was in SFR rules, for GTS. It was basically if the broadcaster was the one that would call the red flag, and it was very easy to restart in GTS. You didn't have to deal with any servers or nothing. Not that this was that hard. I mean, boom, we just did it within 3 minutes and just let everybody know. But it would be really simple. You just go to the lobby, you restart it, boom, and then you would take a snapshot of the grid, and then that's where you can manually place everybody. You can't do that in ACC, on console. You cannot, unless you had somebody that's like on race control that would say car 647 line up in 7th position and all that before the race starts, like when you're going on the formation lap. That's the only way that you could do that. But yeah, so we're not but I didn't do that just because it was me. Getting back to the point is, when there's 3 or more cars involved in a major pileup, before the leaders cross the finish line, then it could be red flagged. So if, for example, let's just say that we were coming around the last corner and 3 or more cars got into a pileup, but the leader had crossed the finish line at the end of lap 1, that's a situation where you can let that go. But in a situation like this, where it's literally the first straightaway, and we are sitting there, with 3 or 4 cars massively piled up and spun around and damage, it's just, we're gonna do this again. Now, okay, like, guys should be well enough versed that they can lay down those quality times again, and they should be in good shape. I mean, granted, There's going to be some people that are going to be pissed that, like, if they get out qualified by somebody else that they weren't out qualified by in the beginning, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, you know, for irony's sake, I hope it works out the same way it did, but it probably won't, and everybody will be a little bit mad because they're gonna not have maybe not have the same qualifying spot. But I will say this though, guys. I will say this, that regardless of where you qualify, so like we were in, what were we in, 6th or 7th? Well, Vic, I was just getting to that. So Vic is Magic Man. That's in 8th place. First time he's driving the Audi, so props to him. And the Audi's a really good car, especially here. So props to Vic. Yeah, man, you will prevail for sure. But that's what I was just actually going to allude to, is that no matter, like, where we were qualifying, whether it be 5th, 6th, 7th, 1st, 2nd, like, as long as you can kind of sort of stay with the front pack. So here we go, guys. We're going to get back into qualifying. As long as you can kind of stay with the front pack, this whole race is based on strategy. So it really comes down to that. You just want a clean first lap, basically. You want a clean first few laps, basically. But if you could hold it down, and get your strategy right, the pace is so equally matched here that it doesn't matter if you qualify, like I'm saying, really, honestly, it doesn't matter if you qualify like 3rd, 5th, or 7th. I mean, everybody was within a second, you know what I mean? It was within a second of each other, so... Now the smart thing to do, but everybody's kind of doing that, but we're going to actually jump back in the pits after like 2-3 laps. But you need cars on the track to get the track to optimal, because you see it's on fast right now. So everybody's like, all right, I'll stay in the pits till the track gets optimal, and then I'll come out. But you need cars on the track to get it to optimal. It will get to optimal, though. It should be optimal by the race, regardless. But that's what this sim takes into consideration, even on the, even on the console and not just the PC. That, it's not like it's like, okay, so you have the weekday, the 3 sessions, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not like, unless you actually restart, where you're actually shut the server down like we did and come back in. Each session that passes through continues to lay rubber down on the track. So when the track is first optimal, like when it first hits that, as the race goes on and everybody's on these racing line, it's going to get more and more optimal as it goes along. So we're just going to lay down a banker, guys, and then we're going to get back out there. And to tell you the truth, the only reason why I run like a little bit more fuel to begin with, most guys that are like at a high competitive level will go out with like 3 laps of fuel only, because of the fact that your qualifying grip is lap 1 and lap 2. It starts to come off around the 3rd lap of the tires. But sometimes the car actually handles better on a little bit more fuel, depending on the track. I've seen some guys have like 25, 35 liters in it, and it was handling better than if they were on like 2 liters. Now most of the time that's not the case. Of course, physics, the lighter the car, the quicker it's going to be, but you get what I'm saying. Sometimes the balance of the car with the fuel in it is pretty good. This is going to be the corner right here, though, all day that we're going to have to watch out for. As I just almost... So you could
Slow
run...
car ahead.
You could run too wide.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to him now. I still really believe fourth gear carries more speed through there.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag, be careful now.
Damn it, that yellow flag spotter. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
I think we're far enough away.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
I think we need to go back in the garage now.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Okay, so... Whoops. Sorry about that, boys. Okay, so let's go here and get down to 15 liters here. Let's do that. Now that the track is optimum, we need a good 2 laps. How much is 15 liters going to give us here? 5 laps. That should be perfect. Alright, let's get out before we get into any other traffic. Alright guys, we need to hit a 41. We need to hit a 41. Oh good, that's DC too. Oh no, that's Magic Man. You know what I should have done? I should have put the I guess the wing, because on the qualifying setup, the wing is at 11. But I want to put the rear down like I was going to have in the race, so... I'll kind of take my time here and let Magic have some space.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Better exit out of that turn, the last turn. We don't have pressures up yet either. Damn it. Try lowering the brake balance a little bit to get the car rotated a little more, see if that helps. Come on, guys. We need these next couple laps to be on point.
flag in sector 1.
Now the weird thing is my tire pressure is not on the front left. It's not front right, I mean.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
Come on now. have one more. I know, Tim, right? Oh boy, oh boy. We're gonna have one more though, one more. And it's bad. It's just we're catching Magic Man right now, which is not gonna be good. Thank you, bro. Good job, Magic. See, he was blue because he invalidated a lap, so his lap wouldn't count it anyway, so that was smart from him.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, get out of here.
Flag, be careful.
How did that happen? Where did all the time go? Wow, where'd the time go?
Session is now over.
We had a minute and something left. Wow, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. I'm confused about that. I thought we had time left, man. I thought we had time left. That we crossed the line in time. This is a bad spot to sit, so we don't get in anybody's way. But look at that. We wound up doing the same thing. So it's pretty much identical as to what it was before. Actually, we were exactly the same. If you got... Well, I got to rewind the stream. But I'm pretty sure that we were basically exactly 9/10 something off of Albi's time. Guys, we had for sure, 100% for sure, guaranteed that we could hit 41s. We should be hitting like 41.7. That's what we really had in this lap. But Albi at 41.2, that is beast mode. Good for you, Vic. Good for you, dude. Everybody just got to calm down on the opening laps, man. Everybody just has to calm down, you know? It's going to come down to strategy more than it's going to be... it's going to come down to strategy more than it's going to come down to necessarily pace. Because if you look at the pace between everybody, you know, you're talking about less than a second between, you know, 1 through 7, basically. And the other guys have the pace, they might just, you know, not have the car. But, man. So what I didn't do, guys, what I didn't save was dropping the rear down to 58 and taking the wing up to 12. Thanks, One Wing. Yeah, we need it, man. We need it here. I think I'm gonna do it, guys. I think I'm gonna do it because that's how you know what? While we have time here, let me do this. Let me load the other setup that I was running, and let's just see where we stand there with how everything was. Okay, so you can see the toe and the camber is way different. So all this is basically the same. Mechanical grip, way different. There's a lot more going on with the anti-roll bar in the rear versus the new setup that I have. So that's a lot different. But the ride height was 57.58 and the wing was at 12. So take a look at this. 20 anti-roll bar in the rear. 120 for the preload. dampers 8244633. Let's check this out here. Let's load this one. Load 52744354. Man, I'm taking a risk, guys. I'm taking a risk. Guys. Good luck again, JR. Yep, you too. Guys, what should I do? Should I run my original setup, which was less aggressive that I know, or should I just take a chance on the aggressive setup here? What do you think I should do? It's a tough one. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I know Bugs, but... Well, it's hard to tell what I like better because it is trust your gut, you know, but it's hard to tell what I like better. Go with what you know. You might be right there, Vic. You might be right there. Let me see something here. Where do they have this at? 170. It's just so... Usually it's not that different between setups. Like, usually you have... it's pretty close. I want to go with the aggressive, but I'm gonna go with the original. I'm gonna go with the original because the tire pressures were correct and everything was correct. So we're at the original, guys. We're at the original. Alright, be right back.
Stay single file.
I know, I'm like a woman, make up my mind, right? So we went with the original, but what's crazy is that we were basically in the exact same positions that we were before. I mean, if that's not telling you, you know, what pace is about, you know, then I don't know what is. I know, man, I know. Joe, there's no way for me to tell him that I'm not on a party chat with him. He's like, you know, he's, how could I say this where it's not, he's just, I mean, it's good to be aggressive and, you know, but not on the first lap, man. Like, you have to concede a position, you just, sometimes you do. Now, last time, we actually caught Marco sleeping. Marco was sleeping at the light, so that's how we were able to even get a run on him. Gel is going to be behind me directly, and he's going to be on the, Jar Jar is going to be on the right of him. So, like, when you get a line, though, like, once you get the line, like, you know, like, off the bat, you can kind of squeeze the other driver off by, like, here's the start, and then I can move over, you know? So that's what the plan is. Alright, so I gotta adapt to this driving. But you know what? To be totally fair, they didn't really seem all that different in the setups. So I am just so amazed at how the at how it all worked out, where we're basically in the exact same positions. Yeah, Gel's car can brake really late. Alright, let's try this again, guys. So we're running the setup that we know best. So you got Albie out at front, DNA DC in second, Murr in third, JR in fourth, Marco in fifth, Fafito in sixth, me in seventh, Jar Jar eighth, Gelspeed 9. And then there's actually Prek King that I see there. And Magic went up 2 spots. Now this is where we gotta stay on these guys, because as you can see here, Marco was sleeping last time.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the right. 3 wide.
Alright.
All clear. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Alright, so Fafito's got the inside there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh, Fafito tapped Marco.
Right. Clear on the right.
So that gave me a little bit of a run. You know, Fafito actually has a chance to win this whole thing as well. He's been doing really well. The dirty air through there, guys, it's crazy. Look at the drafting that's going on. Albie and JR going head to head. Oh no, DC. Did DC get taken? Oh no, DC got taken out at T1? Oh my god. I don't know if he just ran wide. All right. Something else we got to keep in mind too is some people might be faster than others or slower because they might have more fuel. Gotta be so careful through there when you're so close to another car.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
This is racing, boys. This is racing. Setup feels good. It does. I mean, it feels good. Take a way different line than Marco and the Bentley. Hey Tim, look, we're in 5th. What do you know?
Falling behind to the car in front in Sector 3.
What you talking about, Willis? Can't get any closer. Ooh, Nelly. Man, that's DC is a tough. That's tough, man, because he has pace to match Albie at the front in the Audi, man. I have a feeling so we're getting a little bit slowed down by Marco. I got a feeling he's got more fuel. As you can see, Jar Jar pull us in here in the McLaren. By the way, Jar Jar is going to be our teammate for Rockefeller Racing, and especially for me and him on the PC.
Well done, mate. That's all best.
Now remember, we gotta manage our tires too, basically, like. We don't want to have any big, that was close. A little bit of a gap is starting to be formed here.
To the car in front in Sector 2. Well done, mate. Your fastest step so far.
So again, guys, for me, it's going to be the second pit stop on what amount of fuel I need to take. I don't think I'm going to need the full 15 liters, but we'll see.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Oh, that's DC. Shoot. So DC was in it the whole time. Oh boy, I wonder if there's any incident, if that was on his own or not. Oh, was it Albie that was, I don't know, man. Maybe Albie got knocked off early? Oof. We gotta just focus, guys. So Murr is in the lead in the Bentley, Mercedes JR, Bentley Marco, Ferrari Catch, and McLaren Jar Jar. The two heavy hitters, Albie and DC, both something happened to both of them. Oh, Nelly.
Driver ahead in Sector 3.
We're all running like the same lap times. Right rear pressure's a little low, but I mean a little high, but that's okay, because it will eventually come back down. This is actually vital between me and Marco. Alright. Hey, can you move? Sorry for the background noise, guys. That's alright. It's like my pit crew talking to me while I'm racing. It's like just shut up and let me drive. It's the best when drivers tell them that. You hear sometimes on the team radio, "Shut up! Don't talk. Nobody talk to me." Alright, so we got a good train going, a little bit more than 15 minutes in. Some major things have happened here with Albie and DC. And right now, that looks great for JR, because JR and Albie are the ones that are really fighting here. That also took a turn for the worse for Fafito. I don't know where he is. Let's pull the board up here.
Gaining on the car heading
Jar Jar and Pitt, Fafito, Tucho. Wow, Albie's gonna make a run now. Albie's a very smart driver. So is DC. They both have pace. So I would assume that guys are gonna get out of their way, or they're just gonna overtake however many guys they need to. And again, it all comes down to the pit stops, guys. The strategy. Now the Bentley, out of all these cars, has the best tire wear. The Bentley can go on for days upon days. So we're trying to not go in too big of a deficit with our tires here. I'm losing on the straight line speed, but look at under braking. I mean, it's known that the Bentley is the fastest car, even in real life, in a straight line. Maybe only the BMW can compete the M6, but they're doing away with the M6. It'll be a new, I think it's the new M4 that they're introducing to the block, to the SRO, which is probably going to be really sick. Actually, guys, Ferrari won the Le Mans too. I mean, Le Mans. That's where David Perel is. They won the Spa, the 24-hour Spa, Iron Links. So I was happy about that. there. Got a little slide there, a little bit. We have to really consider when do we pit, guys. Has anybody dove in yet?
Losing time to the car in front
I
in
don't
sector
think
2.
so. So we're actually burning a little less fuel, not by much, but less than our test. Oh, mistake by Marco. Now again, guys, unless the pass is exactly there, for sure, hey, it's a teammate, but, okay, it's a championship, but unless the pass is a guarantee, you gotta be careful because fighting only allows the drivers behind to catch up. It's going to be hard to catch him in a straight line. Oh my God. I had to literally just jam on the brakes there. We take much different lines there. I don't want JR and Murr to get away too much. Alright, so we got 2 laps before we got a pit again. Or a pit for the first time, rather. I'm gonna pit this lap coming up for the first time.
Losing to the car heading sector 1.
Because I feel like we're kind of getting slowed down, and now somebody just came out. The other issue is, though, will Marco pit as well?
Yellow flag in sector 3.
So far, it's been a great race, though, guys. Alright, so we're going in with 40 liters. Oh my god, thank God I just did this. I had to change the tires, take them off. Give me a good stop. Up! Damn you! Alright, hurry up, come on. Alright, so, whew, we got a little bit of a break here.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Come on, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ah, damn it, Albie took a stop already. So did Fafito. Damn it. Gotta get the tires back up to temps. We don't want to lose too much time to Albie. But Albie's definitely got pace, so... Now, if I had to guess, I would think that Albie is not pitting until the last second for 1 liter. But we're going to have to probably do things a little bit different. But I don't even know if Albie has any damage or not. Oh man. That was a very bad outlet. Alright, let's see here. Marco, JR, and Murr didn't pit yet. Alright. So we got to remember that the 15 liters that I have on the second pit stop, which I got to tell it now to not take tires again for the second one. We could do that now, or on a straightaway or something when we have some time. But the other thing is that I might not need the full 15 liters. So I just told it to take tires off for the second pit stop. This way we don't have to worry about that.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Alright, come on. A little snap oversteer there. So that means Fafito jumped us pretty good though, but it might equal itself out depending on how much fuel. We'll have to see, guys. We'll have to see how it plays out. Oh, Albie's starting to build a gap now on me. Woo. Oh my god, that was close. Wow. We got 13 laps left. Who's behind us? Oh, DC. Okay. So we're in the thick of it. Let's see if the undercut works on Marco, and JR. What did Albie just run? 142.3. I mean, alright. Are you with me, chat? Thank you. I don't know who said what, but I see the comment pop up, so thank you very much. I hope you're all indulged by the racing here. We gotta just see when these guys pit. Oh, Fafito didn't take his pit stop yet. Okay, so that's another net position basically. I thought he did. I was saying, like, wow, that was crazy if he did.
Up to
Okay,
sector
so
2.
Murr did pit. Murr's 9 seconds ahead of us. He must have just came out. This is not a good time for my brake knee to start hurting me. Maybe Murr can slow Albie up. I'm sorry guys, I'm just so focused on the race, like every corner. My hands are sweating. I don't wear gloves, which I really should, but I wipe down my wheel every race. Can you put the air on? It's a common theme around here, I'm sorry. You know how it is when you're sitting in the cockpit. What do you think? Those vents that are there are for show? They're for AC. Alright, so on a serious note, Albie has caught in Murr. And Murr is definitely going to do what he can to hold him back. And JR is definitely seeing this. When the heck are those guys going to pit, man? We need those guys to pit. And I mean, at least come out ahead of Marco is what we really want to try and do. Okay, 22 minutes left. Ooh, a little bit lock up there. How far is DC behind us? 5.4 seconds. That's a battle. Oh, Albie got in front of Murr. Did Murr just let him by? Wow. See, as we start to go on here and we're getting deeper, that's why I thought about pads 2, because the brakes are starting to lock a little bit. We got to shorten up our braking zones. My biggest question is this fuel though.
losing time to the car in front on sector 2.
So JR and those guys did go out. Marco, they went out with a lot of fuel. It's going to be so close, guys, as far as how much fuel I actually am going to need to take. Oh boy, somebody got, that's gel speed. Gel got to stop and go. Wow. Speeding in the pit lane. See guys, one of the main reasons why I can't stop and take the 15 liters right now and just run it to the end of the race is because I know the 15 liters is 5 laps. But I don't know that if I'm gonna need the 5 laps, so I'm gonna have to take as least fuel as possible. But I don't know, it might actually be 5. I don't know, I might need, I can't do the math in my head. 142s, 143s. $11 more laps. If I added the fuel, oh. Okay, those guys are in.
Gaining on the car heading sector 2.
Jump somebody. Marco. Oh shoot. Whew. I think I'm gonna have to add the 15 liters. I think that maybe I'm wrong. I gotta start getting those type of good exits coming out of the last corner. 4 laps left before we got a pit. Murr is right there. Oh, stay with me, Ferrari, stay with me.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I don't know exactly what you said, One Wing. You can take. I gotta think about that.
Falling behind to the car in front in sector 2.
I think I'm basically gonna have to take it. I mean, it's not gonna make that much of a difference if I come out a little bit ahead, like a little bit of extra fuel, and we have DC closing us down too. But he needs to pit as well. Okay, JR took his pit stop. So JR just took his pit stop. Wow, this is getting crazy, guys. JR's got to do another pit stop. We got DC starting to breathe down our necks. I don't know, guys. I think I just... Yeah, I'm gonna pit. I'm gonna pit now. I'm just taking the 15 liters, which is 5 laps. We need a good pit stop here, guys. 15 liters. Give me up in the air. Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. These guys are gonna have to get out of my way though. Oh man. It's going to be really interesting to see where they come out. I can't have any problems with Joe. We need the tires to get back up to temps. Oh, smokes. We're not fighting, Joe. Remember that. Who's ahead of me? Myrrh. Alright, so there's the board, Magnum. Myrrh took his second stop. So did JR. How the hell did that happen? What did JR go back-to-back laps? 5 laps in 6 minutes. I'll tell you what, guys, we might just make it on the fuel. Murph 7.9, JR 13. Did DNA DC beat us out too, though? That's Mr. Maglin ahead of us. Fafito's in. We have to get this position. Alright, so that we have, but... DNA DC, oh, him and Albie have one more stop left. Oh god, guys, this is gonna be crazy. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy, man. Albie maybe not, but Albie might get out of it, but DC we might be able to jump. Because we were ahead of him going into that pit stop. So really a fourth place is on the line here. Wow. So he's going to have to pit this lap. Him and Albie are going to have to pit this lap. We've got exactly 2 laps left, guys. Wow. That could really depend on where the leader crosses. Shoot. Oh man, there's Murray right there. I'm kind of trying to short shift a little bit too.
Leaders on the final lap.
Yes, alright, come on. We gotta have Magnum get out of the way. Didn't get the exit I wanted. DC's leaving the pits. Oh my god, we got a back marker there. DC jumped out ahead of us. No. I'm trying to see if Maglin can see. Oh, come on, Mags. Come on, Mags.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
No. Damn it. Oh, man. Look at how close it came.
Anita has finished the race.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Car on the right.
Wow, Max.
Clear on the right.
Wow, guys. Whew.
Alright, check it fine. Good
Look
job.
at
Did the best you could.
look at the
Now bring car
fuel,
back.
man. Wow. Albie, JR, let's see, Albie, JR, Mur, DC, and me. Wow. Nice job, guys. Whoo, 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 whoo. I know, yay, fifth, right? But still, we made up positions, and that was close as hell. Look at the fuel that we worked out, guys. If we had to run another lap, we would have been dead. We would have been in deep trouble, man. We would have been in deep trouble. That was good, though. We didn't have any spins. You know, you guys convinced me into going with the original setup. Look at how close we all were, though, man. Look at this. The 5-second gap, another 5-second gap, 6-second gap, 3-second gap between me and DC, and then 10-second to Fafito, 1 second with Marco. Something happened to Jar Jar. He must have spun. But, oh, man, guys, that was crazy with the red flag situation. But, wow, guys, I think what this means now is, depending on drop rounds, I think, oh man, it might be actually, I think Albie was 10 points behind JR. So it could be, there's 50 points for first place and 45 points for second place. So JR got 45 points, Albie got 50 points. But if Albie was only 10 points, was 10 points behind him, then JR won by 5 points. Vic, how did you do, man? I know you were a couple laps down there. I just see that right now, but props for getting out there in the Audi, man. I mean, it was not an easy race with the two fuel stops as well. I literally came up on my fuel with literally 0 laps left. So Fafito looks like, does he have a little bit of damage, or is that just dirt? No, that's just dirt. Yeah. So, oh man, good job, guys. Good job. Look at them results, man. That was a close race, guys. Oh, I gotta see what happens with the finishing situation, man. Because that was really close, guys. That was really close, man. Let's see something here. So there it is. Albie 35 total laps we ran. So yeah, I have it on, I'll have it on the screenshot. Guys, wasn't that something how they wound up DC was like 3 or 4 seconds behind us, and those 15 liters I needed to put in just made the difference. Like, honestly, he came out on cold tires that last lap. We really could have caught him that last lap because we had already gotten our tires back up to temps, so we could have caught him for 4th place. But props to DC and Albie, because something happened to Albie on lap 1 T1. I don't know if he was pushed that wide or he went wide. And then you saw a few laps later, DC, who was leading the race, coming around the last turn, he spun around. I mean, fortunately for him, he probably was able to spin around and catch it. And maybe Albie only ran a little deep. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure it'll be looked at. You know, if there was contact, it'll definitely be looked at. But wow, guys, that was something else though, man. So those guys did really good to come back and finish where they finished, man. That was something else, guys. So all in all, I mean, really, thank you guys for sticking around. It was really an entertaining race. I think it was, especially the beginning stints and yeah, and then how it was gonna play out. See, it's all about strategy, guys. It's all about strategy. So we could have probably done a little something different. Maybe we could have done 1 liter, 1 liter. I don't know. It was a fun race, Bugs, wasn't it? So I'm not going to keep you guys too long. That ends the championship for SFR for this first inaugural championship. Like I said, we have Coach Dave as a sponsor now, the Coach Dave Academy. Really proud of that, and hopefully get the drivers um, some setups and some possible coaching setup, the coaching sessions if they want it, the whole 9 yards. It's on console and PC. But we're going to do another series. So, and it's funny, I was talking to Murr and he was like, Murr has unfortunately McBloxham didn't make it tonight. His back pain. We all know, me and Bugs know what that's like, but Murr didn't know if he was gonna make it. He was like, just he was tired a little bit. And he comes out. I'm like, just try and make it, man. And he gets in there and he takes home a podium, which was good. And Murr, that's the thing. Like we were talking about it. Like in SFR, I was doing pretty good until I destroyed myself at Spa, and then the Donington situation just. Let's just not talk about that, where my Ferrari was a lawnmower. But after that, it's like I was doing pretty good in SFR, and he was and not so good in JSM. He's doing really good in JSM and wasn't really doing so good in SFR. But boom, he has a podium tonight. So the talent is there. You saw in qualifying, guys, how we were all like within a second. So it comes down to strategy. Now Vic, aka Magic Man, obviously he's been on GTS for a long time and he's still doing that. But he's starting to get into ACC and he's driving a few different cars. It's hard in the beginning, guys. It's hard. I mean, I've been playing, for a while now, and jeez, I still make mistakes. And it's not so much the mistakes, it's just learning the physics of the car, what the car's doing. But like anything, with time and practice, Vic, I know will get there. So Magic Man will get there. Murr, yeah, bro. I was just saying, man. I was just saying how you didn't want to race. I was like telling you, man, come on and race. And then I was doing decent in SFR until Spa and then Donington, of course. But I've been better in SFR and not so good in JSM, and you've been the opposite, good in JSM and had some bad ones at SFR. But the qualifying was so close, and here you go, you walk away with a podium. So congratulations, man. That was a good race. I had really fun time that race. And yeah, props to everybody.
Well, I don't understand it then. Like I said, my thermostat,
It just, exactly, it's the luck sometimes. It's just the way it goes, man. But, I just want to say again, it wasn't, yeah, man, Murray, it was an awesome race. I almost had a chance to catch DC, because he was like 3 or 4 seconds behind me, and I think you were like 6-something seconds ahead of me. And I think you actually pit maybe 1 lap before me on the last pit. But DC, I knew him and Albie were gonna wait to the last second to pit, and we had Mags in front of us. He didn't really hold us up until like the very end, but when DC came out of the pits, he got around Mags, and then I was behind Mags, but it's still a little distance away. But my tires were up to temps already, and his weren't. So I would have been able to definitely try and close him in. But like I said, props to Albie and DC, because I don't know what happened in the beginning. Maybe you do, Mur. I don't know if there's going to be an incident report or not, but I think Albie went off at T1. I don't know if he just went wide, and then DC wound up spinning himself around at the last turn. So that was kind of crazy. That was crazy. So it was a really good comeback drive on their part. So really fun season, guys. The first, like I said, the first one, we will have more to come. So we'll be doing Tuesdays at JSM. Unfortunately for me, there's like all the Alton Park is coming, all the British DLC tracks. So Alton Park, it's going to be Donington again, and then Snetterton. I think they're all in a row. So it'll be really cool for you guys to see those tracks. Donington was actually really cool. It's just I'm not really good there. Yeah, okay. All right, so kind of clipped him, but obviously it didn't matter because Albie still came back. Yeah. Shark Bait, welcome in, bro. Dude, it was really good, man. It was really good. The race was really really fun. We had a bad situation at first when I had to call a red flag, and I luckily, I mean, it was involving me, Gel Speed, Marco, three teammates, ironically. I think Tucho got involved and somebody else off the bat, literally. But then we shut the server. I shut the server down. We just did a 5 minute practice and requalified. And ironically enough, in the qualifying, so I wanted to tell you too, Mer, qualifying was like the exact same times that was the first time, which was just crazy. The field was like identical. You did, okay, bro. You did get spun around. I saw that, Albie. I saw that, but I didn't know what the hell happened to you, man. So you dropped all the way to last place. Would you have to? Yeah, the grid was almost. It's so crazy how the second restart with the qualifying was identical. The grid was basically identical to like the. It was insane. I think the times might have been exactly the same. I think the only like all our positions 1 through 8 or 10 were all the same. I think Magic Man jumped a couple positions though, from 13th to 11th or 10th, whatever it was. But it was insane, dude. Oh, Sharkbait, you got it, man. You got it. It was really cool. Check out the first qualifying, then you'll see the accident, and then you'll see how close the second qualifying was, and you'll see what happened with Albie. Albie wound up getting pushed off, like he said, T1, and he went to last friggin' place. Albie did, and then DC spun himself around at the last turn, I believe, but then they wound up coming back. I guess Albie did an early pit, but you know what though? Yeah, Mur, I think so. Like that's probably where I went wrong. But I think the undercut does really work though. I think the undercut works in certain situations, but I hear you, man. I probably should have done the same thing, and that's why but I don't think it worked for Marco because I saw that I had pace on Marco, and he must have been heavy in the Bentley, but it probably would have helped. So, how much damage did you have, bro? Yeah, I guess so, Snake. You're right, dude. But that I didn't even notice. Like, I didn't really notice where they were. I did not know that Albie dropped to last place because on even on the thing, it doesn't show you like the whole grid if especially if you're up front. So I didn't know that, but so I think I think he did a 10 seconds of damage. Holy smoke. So you fixed that too, and you still wind up passing us. I mean, granted, you were running and qualifying like a second faster. So that's pretty good, man. I mean, honestly, Albie, that was, you hit a 41.2, like, or 41.3, like, nah. Like, my best time, that I couldn't get my qualifying right, but I think I was like, my best would have been like a 41.7. Close, Snake, close. I qualified 7th. I finished in 5th. Um, but yeah, other than that, it was pretty close, and it's interesting with the strategy. I know, right? We got to start adding ballast to Albie. I did a few basically mid 42s, but then I started hitting into the 53s. Um, yeah, he did a 41.297 in qual exactly. The best I had in me for qualifying was a 41.7, maybe 41, maybe a 4, yeah, 41.7. I wasn't gonna get better than that. So props to Albie. He's got a good setup there. Really talented driver. So that was awesome. Once again, shout out to Snake for and Garcia for streaming. So that stream will be on SFR Discord, and obviously go to Snake 000 on his YouTube there. You think so, huh? For you, for you, it was you alien. Here, let's just do this for Albie, everybody. So there's Albie. There you go. 40s was possible. Well, you know what's funny too? I could have sworn. Um, oh yeah, Sharkbait. Hopefully get back soon, man. We'll see you on the track for sure, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely rewind it and check it out. It was a really good race. And guys, before I let you go, I think Albie. Yeah, I know Albie, right? But I think Albie and JR it's gonna be really close, man. It might be like 5 points, but I got to take the drop rounds into consideration. So you guys all individually will know where you stand. So just again, very simple, plain and simple. Your worst round that doesn't count. So if you missed a race, you scored 0 points. If you had a bad race, whatever your worst round was doesn't count. So did he? But well, you have to factor in the drop rounds, Albie. So it's possible that it is possible that that you might have that you could beat him. But you might be right. Even though you won this race, you probably needed JR to finish like maybe like fourth or fifth. I mean, just and props to you guys. You okay? You did the math already. Okay, all right. So JR is the champion. So there we go. We can at least announce it on stream that JR is a champion. So congratulations to JR Sim Racing. I mean, really great, really great, 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 great. Yeah, hit the unsub. Yeah, there you go. You guys, Snake man. Yeah, Mur, right? I know. Me and Mur actually won, but you guys are doing something that I don't know what you guys saw on stream, but it was my Ferrari and his Bentley that were crossing the line first. So I'm really not sure what you guys were seeing, but so guys, it's 10-10. Make a wish, okay? Make a wish for real. And oh, you needed him to finish third. Oh, wow. Huh. See, so that was interesting. I did mention that on the stream that like everybody, these are the kind of scenarios I could have played out, and there was an outside chance. It'll be interesting though who actually did finish third. Fafito might have, but I'm not sure. So we gotta figure that out. But that's funny, man. Yeah, 7-10 for you. You can't make a wish. Um, but listen, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna send a whole separate message in Discord, tomorrow. But I just want to really thank all of you out there who did participate, and the one thing I'll say. So let me just get my one complaint out of the way. and it's not for a lot of people, just for a couple, is that like when we put when we put the I'm sorry, when we put the messages up that if you're attending the race, please click the thumbs up, because then it makes us try and go crazy with figuring out who's going to reserve, who's actually not racing tonight, you know, blah blah blah. But with that aside, I just want to really thank you guys all for really participating in the first one, the first SFR ACC Championship. We're gonna have another one. Take a little bit of a break. We're gonna have another one. We're gonna keep things going for the console guys, and we're gonna start things going for the PC guys as well. You know, the Coach Dave stuff is there, which is gonna be really good. So you know, being sponsored and affiliated with them is a really cool thing. Yeah, you always miss it, Mur. I think I saw your phone one time. You had like 290 notifications, so you need to really like sift through your Discord and just clear those notifications out, or just turn notifications on that like you're tagged in, you know, so you don't see like everything that pops up. But let me get to what I was saying, because this initially, I really want to thank you guys that you all ran the pink, not just for, you know, the situation for Mr. A, you know, Bob, someone who was like my grandfather, you know, and unfortunately, like we said, he passed on Wednesday. But, you know, for everybody else out there as well who suffers from cancer. We all know somebody that either has it or had it, whether it be family, friends, animals. It's, you know, it was really cool, all you guys to run the pink. Exactly, ribbons up, you know, for the cancer awareness. And you know, again, I just wanted to say that this one was dedicated to Mr. A, and we're going to be at the church tomorrow morning. But I just want to say special thanks to all you guys in the league, and we're gonna have another one. We're gonna have another one, and we'll let you guys vote on what you think you want to run. We have a few ideas, so some cool stuff coming, and nothing crazy, you know, nothing crazy. So even though we're gonna be on PC, like me personally, and maybe a few other guys, we're still going to participate in the console stuff, like, you know, go back and forth, because I have a long way to go before I'm even able to enter a PC race, because I got to build up my stats. So, but again, guys, super super cool, super competitive, and yeah, it was really good, and I think I'm going to actually stick with the pink for a little while, because it is important. It is important. So, thank you everybody. Super great race. You know, and just make sure that you love the ones that you got out there. Don't take any day for granted. And it's, you know, it's really important that, you know, you spend time and try and be the best person you could be to everybody that's in your life. So, thank you again, everybody. We'll see you probably for the next JSM race. And like I said, the next stream, I'll let you know for sure the official results for everybody else. So congratulations again, JR. Snake, again, thank you for broadcasting. Bugs, One Wing, Albie, Murr, Sharkbait, everybody, Vic. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much, Murr. RIP, Mr. A. Exactly, man. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody.